Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mobby and today we're going to play Rimworld once again. Yes, I have played this on the channel before. It's a really good game. There has been numerous updates since then. As of recording this video, it is still in early access, but I've been playing this game so much recently on my own free time that I thought I'd share what I've learned and just show you guys the game if you haven't seen this before. So, what exactly is Rimworld? Well, it's a game where you come up with your own story and the ultimate goal is to survive and ultimately leave into the stars. So we're going to go ahead and start a new colony, and don't worry if you have never seen this before, I will explain most of the stuff. But okay, the heart and soul of this game comes from a lot of the randomness that can happen. So this is going to be exciting. Let's start a new colony. So it gives you 3 scenarios to start off with. I believe you can get more from the Steam Workshop. I haven't really gone in there and seen what you can get. There's also a pretty freaking nifty scenario editor where you can randomize a seed. Oh god, it's bugging up on me. You can randomize a seed here, and depending on what you type in, you get like lots of random stuff depending on how many people you get, and it's pretty sick. But we're gonna go ahead and begin with the Rich Explorer. Now this is the classic one where you start off with 3 people and numerous amounts of resources. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the Rich Explorer. I like this one a lot because you start off with 1 person, and you know, I usually like to just start off with 1 person and grow from there. It's gonna be really difficult. You can see here, extra difficult. So let's read this and get into the lore of our character. This is going to be amazing. So, the Rich Explorer. People called you crazy for leaving your glitter world home, but you always yearned to explore the stars outside the Nero simulator. Now, you're at the end of your long journey in crypto sleep, landing on an unknown Rimworld to see what it's like. Note, since your starting character will lack some skills, this is an especially difficult scenario in the early game. So this is what we're going to start off with. 1 person, which we're going to try to make pretty good. Now, you research throughout the game and you learn different you know, scientific discoveries and stuff like that to make your life a little bit more easier on this new planet. But we start off with gun turrets, which is great. A lot of silver and gold for trading, 40 packaged meals to help us get started, medicine, components, rifle, a random pet, which could be a dog, could be a buffalo, it's weird, wood and steel. So let's freaking begin. This is gonna be awesome. There's an AI storyteller. There's Cassandra Classic, increasing curve of challenge and tension, high difficulties. It's just crazy. And then with this one right here, it's just all drama. It's insane. So we'll go with the regular one and some challenge. This is pretty much the normal mode. Rough, intense, extreme. I'm not that good at the game. By no means at all am I saying I'm like perfect. I'm a pro. I just like to have fun with this game. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're gonna go ahead and create a randomized world. Let's just put down Mobby versus Games as a seed, and we'll see what happens. So it's gonna generate a world that you can travel around, but you know, what you really want to do is really pick a spot to live in. So you want to pick a spot that has some pretty awesome stuff. Now look at this place. This is insane. There's snow, and there's, you know, temperate tropical rainforests. So there's lots of different stuff on here on the legends. We have some factions here that you can either be close to, trade with, or go up against. There's definitely some really hostile environments like these guys. So what I like to do is I like to go in the middle of these guys so we can get some traders in, but of course we want some danger so we can loot some bodies. So we'll go somewhere around here, somewhere with rocks as well for digging. So I think right up here, oh, I'm gonna adjust my chair. Right here seems to be just fine. And you know what, I'm actually gonna go in the middle because I think with the road it travels more. Not entirely sure. So right here, here's good, right there. We want to go kind of close to these guys. Baby's cave. Baby's cave. It's your baby's cave. I'm gonna live right here. I know it's a little weird, but I'm gonna live right there. I'm gonna press next. And you can travel. I haven't done this before yet, but you can do like caravans and travel around the world. So this is our starting character. Because we only have 1 person to start off with, I want him to be incapable of pretty much nothing. I want him to be good in everything so we can at least have somebody that's fine. So I'm going to keep going until we get incapable of none, which is great right here. This person is a brawler, which we don't want. Capable of none and aesthetic. All right, so let's see. Age 17. Age 17. All right. Natalia. Okay, I think this is actually good. We'll leave the name as such. So Natalia has no injuries, no relationships, and she's really, really good with animals and shooting. So she's an apocalypse survival. Nat was born during a time of unrest on her homeworld, as climate change threatened mass starvation and flooding. As she grew up, the situation worsened. Billions died and peaceful states descended into anarchy. Nat and her parents did whatever they had to do to survive. So she's a masochist. She's excited about getting hurt, so she loves to fight. Teetotaler. Nat abhors the idea of gaining pleasure from chemicals and avoid alcohol and drugs. That saves me the trouble of getting it. And ascetic. Nat prefers to live in asceticism. She will put in a poor mood if she has a bedroom that's too impressive. She also dislikes fancy food. Raw food won't bother her a bit. So Nat here is just a survivor. She does not care. She just wants to live and build, and she doesn't care about, the fancy things in life. This is great. Okay, let's begin. Okay, welcome to Rimworld, everybody. Oh my god. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the basics. Food, water, etc. This is gonna be great. Okay, so this is the last bit of information here. The neurosimulators, hollow games, and free orgies were never enough for you. Free orgies. You wanted more. The grits and consequences of real life, like they talk about in the history books. You wanted to know what real challenge and consequence feel like. Now, after a journey of decades in crypto sleep, you're landing on this unknown Rimworld. Real consequences await you. So, as you guys might have known, if you played anything like Prison Architect, you might realize that the graphics are semi-similar. Okay, so I'm going to pause it here really quick. Let me show you guys exactly what we're going to be dealing with. So this is our area. This is one map randomly generated, and there are a crap ton. Now, what is actually going to be happening here is that this is a road here. We're going to build. It's going to be amazing. Look at this up here. This is constructed a roof. There's a thing in here already. Okay, so we want to build an area, make it our home, and just prepare. Now we start off with the random pet, and we ended up with something called, this is a husky dog, and this is Kate. Now, the bond, nice. So we have a bond with our pet. We can train it to be obedient so it follows us. I'm gonna go ahead and set it so it's obedient. We can haul stuff, rescue. I don't want it to do release. So release happens when you train a dog and it can release to attack distant targets. I don't want my dog to go out and be all crazy. There's also needs food and rest, and its health is really good. So I'm going to show you my character right here. Actually, I'm going to let her do her stuff first. So I'm going to go ahead and make these, because when you start off with these things have an X on it, which means your character won't touch them. I'm going to grab our charge rifle, which is great. Okay, now let's just start building. I need a house. Let's freaking do this. So let's go ahead and clear out a place. So there's tons and tons of stuff to talk about. And I'm going to be primarily playing on speed 1 and 2. 3 will be very, very rarely because I really want to talk to you guys about everything. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have a lot of wood already to build some houses, but we're going to want to clear out a space. And we're going to want to dig this out one day. What's this stuff? This is marble. Ooh, marble, compacted steel, compacted machinery. It's gonna be great. So where do I want my house? Mostly in the middle. So if we get attacked from all directions, I could have probably found a more rocky area so we can have less, avenues for just attacks. But this is fine. We can probably clear out the whole area and one day caravan the heck out of here. So day 1, colonists need bed. So let's go ahead, make a small little area. But I'm gonna go ahead and instruct the gnat here to pretty much chop down a bunch of wood here. There you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and put it on speed 2. Now once she's chopped down a bunch of this wood, we'll have enough resources that I can build a small little house. So at the moment we have Kate here age 2, wandering around, etc. So depending on where you live and depending on you know, the time of the year, summer, winter, etc., different animals pop up, different types of difficulties and hardships. So everything's fine right now. It's clear outside. 10 a.m. 65 degrees Fahrenheit. It's perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold. A lot of wandering boars around here, which is fine. Squirrels and whatnot. You can see here Nat slowly doing all this stuff. While she's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and mess with the priorities. Now, there's a lot of different things to do. I chose a character which can do everything. Sometimes you'll randomly roll a character, or if you meet somebody and they join your team, you'll find out that they don't want to do some of this stuff. Like, maybe some people just do not like hunting, and depending on their abilities, like this one here, we're pretty okay with handling. Our handling is actually 5 out of 20. It depends. So 5 out of 20 means we're good. Means we're pretty okay at handling. Depends on your speed and the type of things you can do. Another example is cooking. You can, another easier one is growing here. Anyone can grow simple plants like potatoes and stuff, but if your skills go up to like 8 or 9, you can plant stuff like healing plants, which is extremely useful. So as long as your character keeps doing some sort of ability, sort of thing, like plant cutting here, it should, you know, plant cutting, actually you can't level this up, but, you know, depending, it's all good. Alright, so that's all the cutting that I wanted to do. I also want to clear the area now. Okay, so let's clear the area by cutting all the plants in the way. Actually, let's not even do that. Let's go ahead and just make my house. So we're gonna go to the structures tab and build some walls. If you right click it, you can build it out of more stuff. Better materials pretty much make it so your character is a lot more happy. So we'll go ahead and make a nice basic house in 8 by 8, and this will have the essentials. We'll have a bed here, a little doggy bed for Kate, Nat and Kate. That's a pretty good team if I do say so myself. It's pretty sick. Alright, so you can see here we have all these resources, but on the top left we have 0 things. The reason being is because we need to have it in a storage area. This game, there is a lot to learn, like I said, but we'll go ahead and just figure everything out as we go along. So while it's building it, I will go ahead and queue up the floors as well. I would like some wood floors like so. Boom. It says 108 not enough stored. Our character will pick up everything off the ground there. So there you go. We'll do that. And we'll also do a nice little torch lamp right in the middle. And then we'll have a storage area. So I want 2 storage areas pretty much. Here is a dumping zone for now, which is going to have just the garbage stuff in there. So when you click on it, so you can click on it, this is the dumping stockpile. You can choose storage, and you can choose exactly what you want in here. By default, your rotten stuff and chunks and corpses go here. Now, if you leave food and other stuff outside, it will start to deteriorate due to being unroofed, which is why you want to have a stockpile zone either in your house or stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and harvest some of these right now. Harvest these raspberry bushes. These are very useful for early survival, especially if you are unable to hunt. We are able to hunt right now, but I kind of want to stay away from hunting because animals can sometimes fight back. And you could get wrecked. You could get super wrecked. Construction failed. Well, okay, so now it's cutting the, now that we chose to put the wood on the ground, automatically cutting the trees on the inside, which is great. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the essentials. We want a nice little bed here. We have a torch, we have a bed. I would like an animal sleeping box right there. 35 for wood. A small box for animals to sleep in fits smaller animals like chicken, cats, or small dogs. I believe Kate qualifies as a small dog, so we find Nat's very tired. So they do have their needs. While she's sleeping, I'll go ahead and show you. So this is the character stuff. She's Natalia. She's a survivor, 817. You can see what you're equipped with. So go socials here. Was nuzzled by Kate 11 hours ago. So sometimes people will, you know, become friends, lovers. They can be generated with fathers and parents and stuff like that, and siblings. So that all goes here. This is our starting gear. This is our percentages against them. So we're pretty okay against the heats. We start off with some synthetic clothing on our first character. And once you get better armor, you can be good against sharp, blunt stuff and stuff like that. Here's our equipment rifle. We can go ahead and drop it by clicking this. Its weight is right there, and we can see exactly how good it is. You know, a lot of stuff. You have the you know, the damage it does, range cooldown every 1.1 seconds. It can fire again. It's pretty sick. Here's our shirts, jackets, and pants. You can wear a lot of other stuff like hats and just I don't think you can get shoes. For some reason, this game doesn't have shoes, so it's fine. Speed it up till our character wakes up here. We also have our character, which you saw this at the beginning. You can learn a lot more stuff here. 0 artistic and 0 intellectual skills. Not good. Needs. Now this is very, very important. One of the big things that leads to just characters and to honestly colonies just being destroyed is the mood. A character, you gotta make them happy. You gotta have, you know, all the essentials. You gotta have some extra stuff as well. And if their mood hits a certain threshold and it just they break and they do random stuff, they can attack others, they can go on a fire spree. It's just insane. So it's really important, if you ever play this game, you want to look at the stuff here. So we'll slow down our character a little bit. So let's just look at all these and we'll see what's happening. So very low expectations. Green is good and red is obviously bad. So everyone starts off with this. This place is poverty stricken. I can't expect any comfort here. I need to keep myself strong. So this character knows, like, hey, this is crap. So be careful. Where's Nat going? Sometimes they will act on their own. She's cloud watching. Let her do what she's got to do. I already have this stuff queued up. She will do that on her own. And I'm playing on speed 2, so it should be fine. New colony optimism. This one expires in 3 days, but our mood is high because our character is very excited. Tons of joy. Joy-filled. I've been having a great time here recently, and Nat's really happy, I guess. Feeling good. There's no apparent reason. I just feel good right now. Alright, so this gives you a really good insight of what you should be working towards. For instance, this one ate without a table. I had to eat the meal off the ground. Can't we get a table right here? Let's go ahead and fix that right now. So, furniture, we can grab a nice little short table or long table. We can make them out of different stuff as well, but we've just got the wood, so we'll make a nice regular table like so. Table right there. And of course you need a dining chair, which is 60 wood, but that's fine. Just gonna make 2 chairs for now. Even though we only have 1 character, let's make 2, just because it looks nice. All right, we don't have a lot of wood on the ground. We're gonna have to cut a bunch more, so I'm gonna queue that up right now. Let's go ahead, go to orders, chop wood, and I'm gonna go ahead and drag along here. So our character will be cutting a lot of wood because if we run out, we got nothing else to do. There is some more on the ground, but there you go. Nats, you are a survivor. You and Kate. This is gonna be amazing. Okay, so while you're doing that, so let's keep looking at her needs and whatnot. It changes all the time, by the way, so it's really important that you take a look at it. Okay, here, so Nat, back to your needs. Ate without a table, uncomfortable. Nothing soft to sit on around here, which is why we're making chairs. Slept outside, now a bed is made, so we're good. Slept on ground, bed is here. Slept in the cold, ooh, stay inside. Ugly environment. Place is unpleasant to be in. All this stuff is pretty easy to deal with. Pretty easy to deal with, so no problem. Remember, Nat likes being, you know, not in too much of a fancy area. So there you go. So we got a bed. We're going to go ahead and set it to Nat. So there you go. Once she sleeps, she'll be ready to go. Unfortunately, I don't believe there is a way to set the wooden animal sleeping boxes to a specific pet. I think they just go on it. And here, okay, here's the bad part. If you're really desperate on food, you can slaughter a tamed animal, which is kind of bad. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put another zone for a stockpile. But, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to set this thing to regular speed. I'm going to go ahead and clear all. Because if you do a regular stockpile, it would put a lot of stuff. For now, we're just going to put meals and raw food. All of the meals and raw food. If there's nothing else for this character to do, like building and stuff, on the workload, hauling is pretty low. So if everything is a 3, because you can change the priorities from 1 to 4, 1 being the highest that they do. Higher priorities, if it's all 3, it will just go left to right to see what is to do. So right now it's going all the way down to construct. If I had a cooking thing, it would do that first. So when you get a lot of characters, it's really like micromanaging everybody. So absolutely want firefight to be 1. Firefight, okay, so I'm gonna go explain all these. Firefight is if there's a fire, they will put it out right away. It will drop everything that they do if you have it prioritized. And next is being a patient. Go to a medical bed for treatments if you have a life-threatening health condition. That's going to be a number 2. Doctor is helping people if they're sick. We'll leave that as a number 2 as well. No, we'll actually leave it at a 3. Bed rest. Bed rest to recuperate from non-threatening medical problems at the 3 as well. Flick is really important for turning on turrets and powers. We'll leave that on. Warden. It's for managing and recruiting prisoners. We'll leave that as a 4. Handling is really important for training our animals and harvesting and slaughtering. So good against Kate. We'll leave that there. Cooking, really important. We'll leave that as a number 2. So at the moment, if I have a cooking thing, she'll drop everything and do that. Hunting, we'll leave it as a 2. Constructing is a 2. Growing is a number 1 for planting seeds and growing crops. That's one thing we need to do right away. The quicker you freaking grow stuff, the better. Mining is going to be a 3. Plant cutting is going to be a 3. Smithing, these are all going to be like, actually I'll put these at number 2 because we're not going to do a lot of these. Hauling will be number 1. Cleaning will be number 1, and research will be 4. We'll wait to research until people get here. So at the moment, our priorities are growing stuff, hauling, and cleaning. We need everything clean, blood stains, dirt, and all that stuff. Look at this. We cut a bush here, but it spoils in 13 days depending on how dark it is outside, and how if it's unroofed, the temperature. If it's like winter, it'll sometimes freeze and it'll be fine. So this is it. I don't know. Also, our dog isn't sleeping here. Looks like this counts as a large dog, I guess. So we're gonna go ahead and furniture a animal sleeping spot instead, and I'll put it here. So hopefully Kate will sleep there instead. Holy crapsicles, holy crapsicles. So we got the dumping zone here for a lot of garbage, chunks and corpses, like stone chunks and steel slag chunks. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go pretty fast here. We're gonna speed things up and let our character do the things. She's eating that right away. Actually, no. Okay, I need to go ahead and put a zone for growing. It's very, very important that we get some freaking food going here. So you can mostly grow on really fertile stuff. You can't grow on this rock. You gotta grow on grass. So we'll go ahead and do this. So this will be a nice little 8x8, just like my house. And you can set it from planting potatoes to cotton all the way to, and it even tells you like the skills that you need. Strawberry plant. What's our growing actually? So Nat's growing. Let's go character. Her growing is 3, so she can't really do much. So we'll leave it as potatoes. Potato is, I can go ahead and read it. Potato. It is grows well, strong and versatile. Really good. Not bad at all. So I'm gonna speed it up a little bit and grow stuff. You can see here, she's cutting the stuff down to get it out of the way. Looking at our work environment here, growing is what's on her priority, but she needs to get that stuff out of the way. So she started planting one here, and depending on the environment, you see the growth rate here is 100%. It is in the optimal growing circumstances, perfect lighting, perfect heat. It's great. Need a meal source. That's bad. So you can eat stuff raw like berries, but you get much higher benefits if you cook it using a campfire, a stove, and whatnot. So look at that. So we put it in here, packaged survival goods. We start off with this, and it's really hard to make them. Really hard to make packaged survival goods. They're really good for traveling, etc. So I'm going to keep on cutting plants and harvesting. So hopefully, we can get some more people later on, and we're going to need some defenses. Now, every once in a while, because of the random nature of this game, they tend to throw some curveballs at you. Sometimes they will have like a neighboring faction might have a quest for you to deal with. You can choose to accept it, and sometimes you get randomly attacked. It's just a lot of stuff happening. Oh, speaking of which, here we go. Visitors, a group from the amalgamation of Herni are visiting the colony. You can just simply say okay or jump to the location. So you can see these guys here. Now you never know what they're gonna do. Obviously, you can attack them. You can see their needs and whatnot. They got some gear. Look at that. Nice gear. Oh, a pistol. Now we're good. We're not going to attack them. Our character is whatever. And we don't want to make enemies. Too many people attack you in this game already for that. So we're just going to keep on cutting this stuff and growing some potatoes. And we'll go from there. Alright guys, I'm going to end this one here. Hope you guys are enjoying this Rimworld series. I wouldn't say I'm super crazy knowledgeable, but I know the basics. And this game does get crazy. So thanks for joining me, Nat, the apocalyptic survivor, and our awesome pet Kate, who's just chillaxing and doing whatever. So if you enjoyed, leave a like. It helps so much. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I upload a lot of daily videos. I would really, really love your guys' opinion in the comments section below. Do you guys like Rimworld? Do you guys want this to be an ongoing series? Like I said, lots of random stuff can happen. I have no way of knowing what's going on, but we'll learn together. So thanks for being here, and I will see you guys next time.